Hello, everybody. Happy Monday. Happy Teacher Appreciation Week. All right, let's get it started. It is 5 o'clock on the dot. I like to start on time, but as you come in, feel free to say hello in the comments, give a wave, a thumbs up, likes, however you like. So as you're coming in, I'm going to check my sound and make sure everything is working right. So let me find myself in the feed. Sometimes it's hard to find yourself in the feed. Okay, I think I see myself coming up. Here it is. Okay, good. I heard myself, so I'm good. So today's topic, or tonight's topic, is why you still haven't started your side hustle business yet. Because I know there's a lot of people that I talk to and coach and come in connection with, and they have all these ideas, or they don't have any idea, or they just are just confused about what to do, what to start, how to start, all those different things. But it's become like this, just running thing of the conversation. Every time I talk to people, they still have the same issues. Again, it's a month later, it's 3 months later, it's a year later, and the same people who said they wanted to start their business haven't moved forward at all. They're kind of stuck, and I'm someone who was the same exact way, okay? 11 years ago, before I decided to become an entrepreneur, I was the same way. I kept talking about it, saying I want this and I want that, and I wish this, I wish that, and all these things, but I never moved forward to make anything happen. So for any of you who are new to me, have never watched any of my Facebook Lives, or are not in my Facebook groups or anything, I'm Kathy Michelle, and I coach beginning entrepreneurs, new entrepreneurs who are basically trying to figure out this road to entrepreneurship. And I teach them that, hey, you have the experiences that that you've had for all these years. You're just taking those experiences and skills and mixing them with some savvy business strategies to create your own side hustle business. Okay. Or for some of you who already, do direct sales and stuff like that, maybe it will help you build your business that you already have. Now, I've done direct sales before. It's not something that I'm currently doing, but, sometimes you have to start somewhere. And really, I would say, direct sales, that's a decent place to start. Kind of get your feet wet, of what this whole business thing is. I mean, back in the day, I used to sell baby toys. That was my first direct sales experience. I think I only did it for like 3 months. I was just getting my feet wet, didn't even know what to do. I had thought about doing Candy Burris's direct sales business. I was like, no, that's not me. I don't think I could do it. I'm too quiet and reserved to do that. And then I went on and tried paparazzi, and that was cool and everything, but I had an intention of only doing that for 6 months, and that was it. I just wanted to learn certain aspects of sales, because I don't consider myself a sales kind of person. I'm not a salesy type person, but I know with direct sales, you kind of have to be, a little bit of a sale kind of person. So that was like pretty much the only reason I did paparazzi for 6 months, but I knew that was not going to be my long-term thing. It was just something to get my feet wet. So sometimes you just need a little bit of something, little start up thing that's already kind of made for you to get your feet wet in it. So there's nothing wrong with those direct sales businesses, but just know that's not your business. I don't care how many times people say, oh, you make it your own. No, it's not your business. Sorry. It's like they could belly up any moment, and then what? What happened to your business? Okay. So I'm just saying, cool to get your feet wet in those, direct sales businesses, because it's already set out for you. You just kind of paying a fee to get in there, but don't think that is really your business for, your the rest of your life kind of thing, because things change, businesses change, other businesses buy other businesses, you just can't depend on them. I'm just saying, but if that's what you choose to go in that route, then, all cool. You can make tons of money. I've seen many people, hello, Mara, I've seen many people, make lots and lots of money with that. But for me, I can't hold on to that as that's, my business for the rest of my life, because the business world is too crazy sometimes. You just don't know what's going to work, okay? And Amara says, I too have done direct sales. Yeah, it's just one of those things. Yeah, you try it, you see if it's for you. It may or may not be for you, but I don't see that as long term, but it's just something to get your feet wet, okay? So that's one of the reasons why I wanted to do this, because I wanted to make sure that you know that there are options, okay? You don't have to start out the gate with, I'm doing my own business from the ground up. It's very hard to do that. They're pyramids, basically, yes. Mara said they're pyramids. They're all pyramids, exactly. So, just letting you know some different options of what you can do to get started, so that you're not just constantly saying you want to start a business but never do anything. So first of all, you got to decide, do you want a short-term business or do you want a long-term business? Because if you want short-term, then maybe the direct sales business is for you. That might fit your work life, your family life, what have you. But long term, if you're looking for something maybe that you retire with or pass down that legacy onto your family or grow into, franchise, that kind of thing, then you need to think about creating your own business, your own, that you own, you own the title, then you might want to think about that. So first, that's the first thing of getting unstuck. Decide short term, quick money here, a little $100 every month, whatever. Okay, or long-term legacy, leaving behind, for your family and everybody to carry on for years and years to come. Okay, so that's the first thing. Decide that. And a lot of you are probably still trying to figure out what idea, I've run into a lot of people who just I have so many ideas, that I don't know which one to pick, So it's always, someone who has maybe one idea, and then you have the other side that people have 10 different ideas, okay? So it's okay to have more than one idea, okay? That's fine, because realistically, whatever you start, let's say you start a business tomorrow, you're probably going to evolve and change into a different business within the next year or two anyway, okay? Case in point, my first business was a cooking school for kids, okay? I went after a hobby. My sister and I, we had a hobby of cooking, and we decided to, we were crazy enough to start a business from scratch. This wasn't some, franchise or anything that we bought into. No, we made it, on our own. So yeah, we were pretty crazy. No business experience at all whatsoever. But we were like, hey, we can do it. We're going to do it. And we did. But so I took a hobby and created a business around that hobby. Okay. But the thing was, sometimes hobbies are fun when you want to do it. But if it's on demand, someone's telling you, you must do this every weekend, you kind of lose the fun part of it being a hobby, okay? So for us, yeah, we like cooking, but we didn't want to be on a demand of, okay, you got 4 parties, and we have 4 cooking parties on the weekend, and you got to cook 4 times with 20 kids each, okay? That's a demand, it's just it was really good money. Kids parties are the big money makers. So anybody who's into kids hosting any kind of kids parties, that's your money maker. But it was just we don't feel like cooking 4 times on the weekend with 20 kids each. So our hobby turned into kind of like a chore after a while, because we just kind of lost the fun. I almost made a new word. The fun part of it by it being, on demand kind of thing. So just be careful of that when you start thinking about which idea to create your own business with. Make sure it's something that you really enjoy, to where you don't mind, making a dozen, cupcakes, every other day or what have you. Okay. So just keep that in mind. Okay. But like I said, sometimes you evolve, you change over time. So over time, we decided to let that business go, and I got into writing. So I became an author and started writing about that experience that we had with the business. So my business went from having a cooking school to becoming an author and getting paid, with royalties from Amazon for that. So they're connected, but it is a totally other, kind of business, So just know it's going to evolve and change. And then later on, as you see, I have this business, a small business coaching that I started. Again, they are related because I'm teaching other people how to start a business, which is, okay, you can do this, the system is here, this is the brainstorm, this is the next step brand, that kind of thing, which is tied into the book writing, teaching other people how to write books. So I'm still have a tie to those first couple of ideas, but it's more of a bigger idea of helping others. Okay. So I went from basically helping kids, learn how to cook, a small area. Then I broadened it out to, okay, let me write about it and help people worldwide, because your stuff is on Amazon. I'm helping people worldwide. And now I took that, and now I'm still helping people worldwide, but it's just coaching. Okay. So as you see, one idea kind of feeds into the next, but they're different, roads to take for each one. So don't get stuck on just one idea. It's okay to have more than one idea, but the only thing is, when you do start your own business, think about one problem, one solution that you are solving for that problem, and you're using one platform to reach those people. Okay. So for example, let's say if you want to be a fitness coach. Okay. So maybe you will focus on people who have diabetes. Okay. That's focusing on one problem versus, everybody in the whole world who wants to lose weight. Okay. So if you focus on one problem, then that's your target audience, your target, market. Okay, I'm a fitness coach, but I'm a fitness coach for people with diabetes, because that might be more, tricky, this working out, diet, stuff like that. And then, so you have the one problem, you're solving the one problem with your specialty skill of working with, people who have diabetes. And then you might use the platform of Facebook, creating videos, teaching people how to, exercise. I've seen so many people who are just exercising on Facebook Lives, telling you how to do this, how to do that. I mean, come on, back in the 80s and 90s, all those workout videos, people, I know I bought a bunch of them, okay? Didn't use them, but I bought them, okay? Those ab ones, and I bought so many, it's ridiculous. But if that's your platform for it, hey, Stephen, if that's your platform, then stick with that platform. If you're just going to use Facebook to showcase what you're doing, then use that. If you're into Instagram, cool, use that. If you're a Twitter person, cool, use that. But don't get mixed up in thinking you got to do all of them at one time, okay? Master one, okay? Get your base group of people, and then you can branch out. Okay, so Facebook is my base group, even though I do ads on Instagram or I do ads on Twitter, but I don't go live. I think I've gone live maybe once or twice on Instagram. It's just not my comfort zone. Twitter is just it moves too fast. I'm just like, what? I mean, you post something in 2 seconds, it's gone. So I was just like, okay, Facebook. I feel like Facebook is more stationary, even though, the news feeds change, but having a group and having a business page makes my audience stationary to me. So if they're joining my Facebook group, Side Hustle Circle, or they're joining, following this page, then I know where they are, okay? I can just go to this one place and fill their need kind of thing. So just think about that as you are growing your business or starting your business. Focus on one problem, solve that one problem with your business and keep it original, okay? And then make sure that you're staying consistent with at least just one platform until you get experience, and then you're ready to move on to other platforms, fine. Like I could be, if I use my phone here, I could be live streaming on Instagram at the same exact time, but I just don't feel like doing all that. Maybe, down the line, I will just, set up 2 cameras and do all that. But right now, that's just too much for me. I just need to focus on one camera and one audience. And then I can always share, my videos on Instagram later or what have you, okay? So that's something else to think about. Next, okay? So think about your why. That's huge. That's a huge way to get unstuck, okay? So why are you doing this? Are you doing it because whatever idea you have, let's go with the coaching thing. Why are you helping people with diabetes, be healthier, So maybe you have somebody in your family, who's, going through it, and you saw that, hey, if they have someone there on their side, making sure they work out or ate the right foods, that kind of thing. So now I want to make that my mission. My goal, my business is to help as many people get fit and eat right with diabetes, and that's my why, okay? Because your why is going to drive your business. Because if it's important to you, you're going to keep on making sure you continue to build your business. You're not going to just sit back and be like, yeah, I wish I could help people with diabetes because, I have my father passed away from it because he didn't get exercise. Your why needs to be strong enough to get you off the couch or get you wherever it is, and make sure you're getting out there, going to maybe some, health, groups, and seeing, okay, what people are here might I, be able to do a class with. A lot of these, like parks and things, they have recreation rooms. You could go over there and start, teaching a diabetic workout class. They charge, I think you can charge like $10, $25. I don't know what it is. And, everybody's different states and everything. But that's a way to build your business. You're getting where your people are. A lot of people who are like senior citizens and all those folks go to those community rooms for meetings and stuff like that anyway. So if that's, your target group of people, you might go there to a hospital, kind of outreach program, those kind of things. You got to tap into where your people are, okay? So know your why. That's huge, because if you don't know your why, you're not going to do anything. You're not going to move. You're just going to be in the same spot month after month, year after year, and you're just like, well, this is what I want to do, but for whatever reason, you didn't make it happen because you didn't know your why. Once I knew my why, then I became extremely passionate about building my business, okay? I was watching something, and I saw a lady come up on my feed. I was on Facebook watching something, I'm always on Facebook. And I saw this little, kind of like a little feed come up on the side, and it was an African-American woman, just, naturally curly hair. And her little thing said, escape your job, your 9-to-5 job or something like that. And so that's what made me click on her, her post or her ad or whatever it was. And once I watched her video and started kind of following her, her social media stuff, I was like, oh my gosh, she's doing exactly what I want to do. And she turned out to be, she was a business coach, okay? She coached other people how to leave their job or start a business, basically the same exact thing that I'm doing right now, because I was like, okay, I want to be her. Not saying like, looks, she was pretty, she was young though, she's only like 30 years old. But I was just like, oh, that's what I want to do. Exactly what she's doing, that's what I want to do. She was making a difference for me just watching her video. I think she was doing a live video, whatever. The first 15 minutes, I was like, oh my gosh, she made a difference in me to where I wanted to move forward with my business. Because at that point, I knew what I kind of wanted to do, but I didn't have a direction completely. But once I saw oh my gosh, this is how you do it. She had a coaching program. She had online classes. She had a Facebook group. She had a business page. She had, of course, all the social media handles. She did workshops. She did convention type, women's, empowerment type stuff. And I was like, OMG, she's doing everything that I would like to do. And she was getting paid, it was just like, okay, this is it. And the crazy thing is, she didn't live in Los Angeles. I live in Los Angeles. She lived in Texas, I believe. So, but she had about 300 people in her group and on her page and, watching her lives and stuff. And I'm like, okay, I don't have to just serve the people right here in my neighborhood in LA. I can be online, reach hundreds of people all over the United States and in different countries and what have you, and still provide a service. I can still make money off of, the courses and the coaching packages that I offer, and I don't have to leave my house. That I was sold. I was like, this is it. And Stephen says, you're definitely right, must have a big why. Yeah, exactly. You got to have a big why. So once I kind of saw the picture on the screen of what I wanted, then nothing could stop me from getting to where she was. Now she's way up there with the business. I mean, she is like Essence Magazine, Black Enterprise, she's at that level. Okay. I'm not at that level. She's making probably $500,000 a year or something like that. I'm not anywhere near that. But okay, I got goals. But she's still doing what I'm doing right now. And I'm of course I'm not stalking her or anything like that. But I was like, okay, what can I do? What do I need to do to at least be a portion of what she's doing? And so I hired her. I started paying for her courses and taking her courses. I did all of that. I did everything that she had in her program. So it would give me all the knowledge I need, all the understanding of the system. There's so many systems in place. How do you get people's emails? How do you, do ads and posts? And how do you do Facebook Live? All these components that were just lost in my head prior to being in her program. Suddenly I was like, oh, okay. It all makes sense now. First you do this, then you do that, because she had a system, a step-by-step system. So after about a year, almost year and a half, 2 years of learning about who I wanted to be, my why, all that stuff was tied in there. Then I knew I was ready to launch, my own coaching business. So if you're still stuck, you need to find someone that you want to be like, someone similar to whatever business you want to have. It is a must. It's kind of like, not having any role models in school. If you were just being kind of taught by robots, it's kind of like, how do you get a role model for, it's just like, I can think of teachers in my past that I was like, ooh, I want to be like that teacher when I, become a teacher. And that's what I tried to do when I was in the classroom. Like, ooh, I'm going to be one of those cool teachers that don't trip about too much, but still, have fun and learning and all that stuff. And that was because I had a good role model of teachers. So you have to find a role model. Okay, it's so important, because if you just kind of looking in the air and you just you see stuff on, whatever, social media, you can't trust everybody on social media. I'm just gonna be real. All the big gurus that are, saying this and saying that, You got to find someone that you have some kind of personal interaction. So even though she was like high up on the coaching scale of coaches, she still did Facebook Lives and talked to people. If I left a comment, she responded to the comment. If I, asked a question, she, might take her a few days, but she asked a question. So it's like you need to be able to have a connection with somebody that's going to give you some little feedback, some guidance along the way to get you where you want to be, okay? So that's huge. That's a huge way to get unstuck, okay? And in the email that I sent to the subscribers, I said there was two main reasons why people are stuck. And I kind of, summarized it a little bit, but basically it's time and money, okay? And the same two reasons of why people are stuck are the same two ways to get unstuck. You got to give up some time. That's just it, okay? You cannot keep doing the same thing and expect a different result. So if I were to just sit on the couch and watch Young and the Restless all day when I got home from work, or if I was just, playing cards on my phone and just never did any research or take any classes, I would not have moved any further. I would be doing the same exact stuff every day. Nothing had I hadn't broadened my mind. I hadn't researched anything. So I did that for like a year. I was just like, yeah, I want to start a business, but I wasn't doing anything to change it. I wasn't willing to give up my time to invest in becoming the person that I wanted to be. So time, you got to be willing to give up your time. You're just going to have to. Money. Yes. If you want people to pay you for whatever service or product that you're going to sell, you got to be willing to pay somebody else to teach you how to do that business. Okay. Just like I said, I paid my coach to teach me how to become a business coach. I paid for her online classes to teach me how to do targeted ads, how to do, I don't really do funnels per se, but she did teach us how to do funnels. She taught us how to do, live or webinars and things like, it's just like, those are things that were completely foreign to me like 2 years ago. But when I invested time and some money to teach myself how to do it, then that's when I started seeing results. Then that's when I started, okay, so in the first class, she told me I need to do this, brainstorm, and then I need to, figure out my why. Then I need to figure out who my target audience is. Then I need to, so once I saw the steps by taking her courses, then I was like, oh, it's not all foreign to me. I get it, okay? Yes, I invested some good money into it, but the results that I got back got me a business. That's the thing. It's like, if you want a business, you got to invest in yourself. I had to invest in myself to get the knowledge that I needed to run a business, because how else are you going to learn? Unless you just, have a business partner who's already had a business or something, and they can just kind of teach you. But if you don't have a business partner or anybody else that has the time to teach you every little step, then how are you going to learn the business? So the biggest two reasons people still haven't started their business: time and money. You're not willing to invest the time. You're not really willing to invest any money. If you're not going to invest in yourself, you can't expect somebody to buy your product or service from you, okay? The only way to get unstuck, give up your time, give up some money. Not all your money, and not all your time, but you got to give up some time. You got to give up some money. I mean, being an entrepreneur is a 24-hour lifestyle. It's a lifestyle. I never stop thinking about my business. I never stop doing something every day to build my business, whether it's coming up with a Facebook Live topic and coming up with the points on the outline of what I want to say, creating an ad on Instagram and Facebook and Twitter, sending out an email to my almost 500 subscribers on MailChimp. Yes, that takes a lot of my time, but I know the benefit is my business will grow. And if that's my goal, to grow my business, then that's what I have to do. Do I still buy consulting and coaching? I sure do. I sure do. Like I said, there are people who are making, $500,000. Well, I need to know, what did you do to get to that point? So yeah, I will pay the coaches that are, 3 or 4 steps ahead of me and take one of their classes that's going to teach me how to do that. Okay. Before I had online classes on Teachable, I had to buy an online class to teach me how to do online classes on Teachable. Because why struggle? Okay. Why struggle, tap, trying to teach yourself how to do it when you can just go pay $100 for a course that tells you everything you need to know about creating a class on Teachable. So I paid for the course, and that same day after I finished the course, okay, my class is ready. Someone can buy my course. Now I know how to do it on my own. I have 4 courses on Teachable now. One is from Brainstorm to Business. The other one is branding, all about branding you. The other one is how to discovering your profitable business idea. And the one that I just completed, learn to create, self-publish, and sell your books on Amazon. All things that I have done before. Okay, so these are not just courses I just make out of thin air. If I haven't done it, I'm not gonna teach it on a course. But the fact that I invested money, invested time, it took me about a week to figure out how to upload everything on Teachable. Okay, I clicked with it, and okay, let me set up my pay, system. It took me about a week to figure it out. But once you figure it out, now I can upload a course in like a weekend, really like a day. It only takes me about a day to upload a new course. Okay, so the takeaway is the 2 reasons why people are stuck and haven't started is time and money. The two ways to get out of being stuck is to invest time and money into the business that you want to create. Period. That's it. Remember the rule of 1. 1 problem, okay? You want to solve 1 solution, whatever your business is, okay? And you want to use 1 platform to focus on that target audience, whether it be Facebook or Instagram, whatever it is. You got to pick a platform to master, okay? Find your group. Facebook has changed in the last, 2 weeks or so. If you notice, your feed is a little bit different. When you go to groups, things look different because Facebook is focusing more on Facebook groups. So letting you know now, you got to watch the trends of these social media platforms. So Facebook, of course, they still care about posts and stuff, but they care more about Facebook groups. So they're going to give Facebook groups a bigger picture on your phone, or they're going to give you more options of how to find groups and stuff, because that is where they're putting their marketing, their focus on, just literally in the last couple of weeks. So watch the trends, or whatever platform you're on, watch the trends and see. So if you need to create a Facebook group for your new business, now's a good time, okay? You might start with 1 person. I started with 1 person, okay? And then it grew, and then it grew, and it grew, and then I have I haven't lost count, 120 something, 140, I don't know, people in my Facebook group, okay? So you just have to be patient, okay? But if you continue to, build your business, then your audience will grow as well, okay? So your takeaway, you're gonna figure out, are you doing a short-term or long-term business? If you're short-term, maybe you just do a direct sales or something like that, or, sell a quick product, whatever. Long-term, legacy, leaving behind something for your family. Think about starting your own business from the ground up, okay? Invest your time and money, okay, to build your business, because that's the only way it's going to work out for you, trust me. Remember the rule of one problem, one solution, one platform to sell your stuff. And then from there, create an outline, okay? Go back to this is old school days. You're creating an outline, just like if you were writing an essay, okay? So instead of writing an essay, you're creating a business outline of what you need to do first, next. After that, do you need to find out about some laws, write down all the laws you need to know if you're selling, a product or something. Or if we do the fitness example, figure out what kind of certification, you need to, let's say, work with people with a certain, let's say disease or disability or whatever, look into that, see what you have to have. What kind of equipment? Do you have to have certain kind of equipment to do whatever business you have? Or accounts, you probably need a business account, so you might want to set up a new account, okay? Materials, that kind of thing, all right? And let's see, and follow a step-by-step system. Like I mentioned, I put my link up there for the Side Hustle College at teachable.com. Look and see if you see any courses that you need right now, either working on a business idea or what have you. But those are the systems that I have created to get you from point A to point B to Z and on forward, okay? Because it worked for me, it has worked for other people. Like I said, I was trained by the high-level coaches on how to do these systems, and I'm like, okay, now let me tweak it and make it my own for my target audience to make it easy for them to create their business, okay? Happy Teacher Appreciation Week for all you educators out there. And remember, there's a discount code if you're interested in taking the Learn to Create Your ebook. The discount code is TEACHER. It expires on May 18th at 11:55 p.m. So if you're thinking about being an author or always wanted to be an author or just want to try your hand at being an author, I mean, really, I became an author just because I felt like I could do it. And I was just like, let me see if I can do it. So, hey, having a book gives you some credibility in whatever business you have. So if you're being a workout person with diabetes, then create an ebook with the 10 best, exercises to do with diabetes, or the best, nutritional food for a diabetic, whatever it is. Even though, yes, there's probably like maybe 50 books out there, you need to make it different, make it jiggy, so that it attracts a different audience and they want yours versus somebody else. Maybe you make it for people of color, okay, or African-American people with diabetes or whatever, So sometimes you just put a little twist on it, and that's what grabs people's attention to buy your book, okay? All right, so I think that is it. If you have questions, hey, Mara, going to look at your course. Okay, thank you, Mara. So if you have any questions, feel free to put in the comments. I will always go back and check the feed if you're watching the replay. And thank you so much for joining me for my Facebook Live, okay? The next Facebook Live will probably be in a couple of weeks. The people in the group, we did a poll, they voted, they want to know more about the Teachable platform and how I have classes online. So that will probably be the next Facebook Live, giving you some information of how I got started with that and how the whole system or program works. And so that'll probably be the Facebook Live in a couple of weeks, okay? All right, you guys, but feel free to always post any questions that you might have or any topics you want me to cover. I will definitely take a look at it, all right? Have a good evening. Happy Teacher Appreciation. Bye.